Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. All right, so cue ball, we got you taken care of, big guy. It was a simple fix, although it did take me a little while to find the problem with your radio. We'll get into that here in just a second, but we got you all squared away. Went ahead and did the upgrades that you'd asked for. So let's get in here real quick. I'll flip this over because I've still got the screws out of it. I'll also put you a new logo here on the top. So I used one of the other labels that I'd had made. This one's got the gray background instead of the traditional black, but thought you'd kind of like that just for something different. But anyhow, let's open this up here real quick. Now the best thing is the fact that since we'd already had this apart and we worked on this last year for you, we already did quite a few of the upgrades that needed to be done for what we just did, which is the Mosfet upgrade. So since it didn't do quite enough power with the original, well, I shouldn't say original, but the 2166 that was in there. By the way, that's in your box. We went ahead and upgraded this to the Mosfet, and I did go ahead and redo your variable. They had the leads for this and had your main control transistor here. Had it wrapped up and like way over here. I shortened these cables down and changed out the control wire, and the reason why was because that way I could go ahead and get a little more, a little more voltage and a little more output out of the radio itself. So that's the reason why we shortened everything up as far as the leads going here into your main board, and took care of that. You already had the upgraded for the power, so we didn't need to do anything there. We did need to fix the problem, and I already showed you the little picture on that. I haven't come across that but like once, one other time in like 20 years where the ground wire actually came off of the squelch. It was sitting in the hole, but it wasn't pushed all the way through from the factory. So it's one of those fluke freak things that happens, but we've got your receive back, works beautiful. I went ahead and readjusted the modulation a little bit, and like I said, tuned it up for the MOSFET driver. To go basically to the next stage up as far as on the MOSFET, it is a very, very long process to get much more out of this than where we're at on the stage 2. So you've already got the upgrades that were already done from previous, as far as where we upgraded the regulator and put a heat sink behind that. You've got your filter over here for your mic jack to help take off any of the RF going into the microphone for if you're running an amplifier or anything like that. One of the other things that I did replace was the variable adjustment, because I thought that was actually what was your main problem with the squelch, causing the radio, to show receive, but not actually open up and let you have your receive back. So we replaced that, and one other capacitor that's in this area as well, that's part of that circuit as well. So we did all the necessary changes, and let's put the tin on this, and we'll get you some numbers here. I'll show you how this thing's working. And then I'll put the screws in this here after a bit, and get this ready for shipping out on Monday. This weekend we have our town festival, so it's going to be a little difficult to maneuver around. So, all right. So let's set up here. So we can get some of that off here. Just trying to get some of the glare off of the meters here. And I think most of that's coming through the window, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to do much good for that. I don't have anything other than just blinds. Let's see if we can change the angle. Maybe. Just trying to get some of that glare off. There we go. I think that'll work. All right, so we get the biggest share of the glare off. Zoom in a little bit. All right, so let's turn this around here real quick. I'm going to show you how low this thing will go now. That was one of the other things that I did change whenever I was in there making some adjustments. So 5-watt slug. So you got to go down to approximately 1/4 of a watt. And then obviously you'll peg that out. But you've got full range movement now of your variables. So I didn't do the original on the variable, but you'll go from 1/4 watt all the way up to approximately 9-watt dead key. So it should be able to get you just about any range that you want. It's just easier to look at the 5-watt slug here. Let's take it down to about 1/2 watt, because I know there's a lot of radio or a lot of amplifiers that 1/2 watt seems to be that sweet spot. So at the 1/2 watt, hello audio, audio. So we got about 42 watts PEP. I've got a 100-watt slug in 1x position here for the peak, and a 50 for the RMS. So hello audio, audio. So we got 11 bird coming out of it, a lot better than the 7.5 from the other transistor that we had in there from the factory. Well, not from the factory, but from where you bought it before. But good audio, good modulation. Hello, check audio. So even just normal talk, you're going to see it coming up quite a bit on the RMS, and should give you plenty of drive. Hello audio. All right, so that's pretty much about it. Like I said, over half of it was already done for us since we'd done it previously, whenever you had us to tune it up and try to leave everything originally like it was a year ago. So like I said, we just fixed the small little glitch. Like I said, it wasn't anything anybody's done. It's just one of those factory things that apparently it had just enough stick that it has held all this time, and the last shipping just finally rattled it loose. But we've got that taken care of, so like I said, I don't think you're going to have any problems with it. I think we even replaced that on the last time that was in here. So other than that, big guy, you are ready to go. Hopefully you'll take this and enjoy it, and maybe one of these days I'll actually be able to hear you on Skip over there in Hawaii. So take care, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next video.